Mission 4. Take back the facility. And, wow. Okay. Hey. Guys. Gals. Everyone in between. Yeah, come on, let's go to a place that's not. Noise. Jesus. Okay, hold on. Let me just, try to get through this without dying, and, Ooh, that was fucking close. Oh, okay. Woo! Yeah! Okay. Well, okay, No, this is good. No, this is tasty. What the hell do those things do? I don't know, dude. Because there's flames coming out of that. Did those even do anything? I'm talking about the floor, by the way. That is... What is the purpose of that? This is a factory! So, fucking flames and shit. This is fantastic. God. Like, okay. I love this game. It's very good. It's very well made. I love everything about it. I love every aspect. You're fucking, like, spy from, like, the 90s. You get the fucking, like, gotta get the huge tape back from, like, the evil villain who you haven't seen yet. And he's like, there's the ninjas, and... Dude, this game's fucking everything anyone could ever want. And it's just frustratingly hard. It's like Super Meat Boy, if Super Meat Boy wasn't made, like... about meat, and it was like taking itself somewhat seriously, and it had like incredible fucking like orchestrated music, which it actually does. So it's like, you know what? This is a platformer. Super Meat Boy is a fucking platformer, and I can equate them to some extent. Obviously, they can't be the same exact game because that'd be fucking dumb. Because one's about a boy who like needs his bandage girl, and this evil fetus takes her. But you know, this game, it's good. It reminds me of Super Meat Boy because I suck at both, and that is a game that we're going to play, or that I'm going to play, and you're going to be like, well, why is he playing this if he sucks so much dick at it? And I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to be like, you know what, that's a grand question. But the only way that I can make this entertaining, or at least make myself sound somewhat, like, entertaining, behind all the, like, the things that I want to be like, yo, hey, here's some serious shit, and you're like, oh, damn. And then I fuck up, I'm like, God fucking damn it, that... And then you're like, oh, that's funny. I can laugh at that. And then you can also enjoy the nice, tasty seriousness that I try to throw in your face. So, you know, it's a good mix of both worlds, though the mix and flavors may not work. Like the other episode, where I started talking about death for absolutely no reason other than the fact that I had nothing to talk about. And I'm like, you know what? That seems like a good fucking topic. And I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, it's hard to think of topics. Because, I mean, you can talk about, like, your fucking favorite food, but that's going to last about, like, a couple minutes at max if you're going to be fucking like, man, you know, honestly... I'm gonna go through the different fruits that I like. It's like, you know, I honestly don't care. Like, I mean, maybe talk about something with some substance. That's why I talk about death, because, you know, everyone can somewhat relate to that, about feeling freaked out about death and shit. But, you know, who cares? I mean, I don't know. I'm just doing this for fun, mostly, which is why I haven't uploaded in X amount of days / weeks. But, you know, how do I fucking do this shit? Dog! But anyway, so yeah, I mean, hell, if you want me to talk about something because you like how I, like, scream about things or my own ideals or whatever, dude, fucking hit me up with something, I don't know. But just in general, it's just, like, I don't know what to talk about. If you can get, like, if I have people around me, dude, I'm, like, the best person to talk of, like, or to listen to, because I fucking can go on, and I can have my own rants and this and that. But when I'm alone, it's very different and very weird, because I don't know how to really, like, convey my thoughts outward, or how anyone to really, like, you know, give that catalyst that will be, like, a little spark that'll be to the sun flames of my screamingness. Dead. So, you know, I don't know, man. If you have any ideas, again, fucking hit me up in the comments, or fucking, I don't know, something. If you know me on Steam or Skype or something, just be like, yo, talk about this! Because, look, I've already been over the basic shit. I've had people tell me movies 3 times. I'm like, dude, I've been over movies. Because, honestly, there's not really other things. And plus, if you want to talk about, like, a specific movie, then, like, tell me. Then maybe I'll look at it or something. I don't know. What do you think about the new trailer? I don't care. Like, new trailers, I want to see the movie. Trailers are trailers, dude. You fucking remember Watch Dogs? Remember that game that, like, was like, oh, dude, it's gonna be super graphically cool, there's no glitches, and everyone's like, whoa, that's awesome. And then they hand out the game, and everyone's like, what the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this garbage that I'm looking at, bro? And then everyone's like, oh, it's fucking, like, it's, I was promised some good stuff, and yet, like, they lied to me. It's like, yeah, game developers do that shit sometimes, because they're AAA gaming, and they don't really care as long as you give them their money. I probably should stop swearing as much, too, since that kind of, like, degrades the person I am, and also, in general, the viewing, because if a mom's just like, oh, hey, Jimmy, what are you watching? It's like, oh, I'm watching this guy screaming about, like, milk, and then I'm just like, you know, fucking milk is fucking delicious. Just, you know, when they put the GMOs and shit in it, that's not good. And fucking fuck. And then, like, the mom's like, why is he swearing so much? It's like, I don't know, but it's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, you can't be watching that. And then I'm banned from their household in general. And then, fuck. Also, in general, there's kids who, like, have their own boundaries of, like, swearing and stuff. They're like, you know, I like this guy, but I don't like it when he swears a lot. It's like, you know, whatever, man. But that's gonna be hard for me, because when I'm alone, I really don't watch myself at all. Even if I know I'm being watched, it's just kind of like, eh, who the fuck cares? Bam. Fuck you. Nah, I'm kidding, I love you guys. And when I mean I love you, I mean it in a platonic way, because obviously the weird definition that love is really doesn't make any sense. I don't know, just some sort of fucking passion or whatever. God damn it! Flamed. I'm not getting caught, I'm dead. I'm getting fucking shot through the head with a spike, I'm getting burned alive, there's a robot that sees me with a gun, and probably if I, like, sneeze, it's gonna be like, ah, I'm moving. And fuck it, that's the gun, by the way. That's the, I don't know. Well, like, what do you want me to talk about, dude? I don't know what to do. How fucking lonely I am. How I'm alone and I feel like I always will be. How I feel like my friends actually don't feel like they are my friends because, and I mean IRL friends, people online are pretty fucking cool when it comes to that shit because, you know, you hide behind a screen, so if you're like, you know, I don't really like you anymore, you don't have to, like, deal with the consequences. You can just be like, yeah, fuck you, bye. And it's like, oh, well, at least I know now. The constant fear of being alone isn't a fear of mine, it's more of just, like, an emotion that I can know, that I just, it hurts to feel. There's times where my heart in general, and my body just kind of burns and aches. It's not, like, I'm not trying to even be petty or just be like, oh, I feel so bad, I wish I had a girlfriend or boyfriend. It's more just the fact of, I wish I could find someone I could have these feelings for, because everyone's like, oh, I have this crush, this blah blah blah, and I'm like, I mean, I've never had a crush before in general, so what does that feel like? Have I felt that feeling before? Am I just unconscious of that feeling? Am I so oblivious in general to everything and everyone that I really don't even know how that feels? Maybe I've had that feeling before. Hell, when I was a kid in elementary school, I'm gonna say maybe about grade 4 or 5, there was a girl named Sarah, and she was like your stereotypical, like, American dream girl. Blue eyes or green eyes or whatever the fuck, long blonde hair, she had the great body. This isn't me, this is like everyone else talking, not me. Like, honestly, I mean, like, the stereotypical American girl is me talking, because honestly, that's kind of what you, like, what, like, other cultures think. I mean, I'd imagine, like, they're kind of, like, over the top, like, trying to make everyone look like a model kind of thing. Like, oh, she has luscious blonde hair, and her face is so perfect, and this and that. When I look back at her now, it's honestly just like, she was just some girl that had blonde hair, and then all the guys liked her except for me. And then they're all like, yo, dude, check her out. I'm like, okay. And they're like, don't you want to go out with her? Like, don't you like her? I'm like, no? Why? And they're like, what? That's weird. Why don't you like her? And then I was kind of like almost peer pressured into liking this girl. So I did that for about a week, and I was like, and then like they'd be like, oh man, Sarah's so hot. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I kind of just was like, this is fucking dumb. It was very weird. That was a very weird time in general. I didn't understand, like, what was even going on, because I was a little boy. I mean, all those other guys were just like, dude, I like her. Like, what does that mean? Like I want to, like, do stuff with her. And, like, no one had any idea what do stuff meant, but that's what everyone said. And I don't think they're talking about sex or putting up the butt, or, like, doing a little makeout sesh. I think it's just like, you know, I like this girl because she looks cute. There's no one I've had feelings for, and I don't think and I feel like there never will be. There's been people who I feel like I could have a strong connection with, or I've had a strong connection with, but either fucked that up or they moved on. So I'm like, oh, great. So it's just furthering my point of continuously being alone forever. And I know that's fucking dumb, and, like, I shouldn't think like that, and that's fucking nihilistic, and blah blah blah, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. That's how I feel in general, though. To bring up the mood, hey, there was this one time when I was a kid where there was this guy named Jonathan, and he was like the sports guy. This is also in elementary school around that same time, and he fucking looked good, dude. He was always, I mean, for a kid, I mean, like, in my mind anyway, I don't even remember. From, like, now I look at him now and he's a total druggie. Like, he is. Like, I mean, fuck. The kids in my class are just like, hey, yo, John. Or they call him like Monkey or something. I don't even know. I mean, everyone has like these weird nicknames in my school. Like, oh, hey, it's Chuckles. Like, do people do that in your high school or school? I don't know. Oh, I did it! Anyway, so... anyway, so... Fuck! Anyway, so... Fuck! Anyway, so... Jonathan and I were on the bus, and like everyone else was talking and stuff, and then... I forget what I said or how it led up to it, but basically, you know, me being like, oh yeah, Jonathan, you look pretty fucking handsome. I didn't say fucking. When I was a kid, I was just like, hey, like people were like, yeah, it's like you wouldn't say that to a guy or something. I'm like, I don't know. I was like yeah, and, no. I think it was about like calling someone beautiful, and then someone or cute or something. Like, you can't call me cute. It's like, yeah. It's like, and then it's like, I was like, why? What do you want me to call you? It's like, I don't know, like handsome. And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, that's like more for a guy though. Like handsome is more for a guy, and like beautiful or cute. This is like back when I was a kid, and now you know what? Who the fuck cares, right? I mean, a compliment's a compliment. If people compliment you on how you look, that's awesome. Fucking accept that shit. I mean, you can be all blushy about it and be like, no, I'm not cute. Because, I mean, I do that shit. But people are like, dude, you're so cute. I'm like, no, I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm not cute. And people are like, yeah, you kind of are. And I'm like, But... What? But I jumped on it. How? So, basically, I was, we were talking about it, and, I was like, John, it's like, Jonathan, you look really handsome. I like your jawbone and like how you do sports and stuff. And everyone just was like started laughing at me, and they're like, it's like, what? It's like, that's kind of weird, man. Why would you say it to a guy? And then Jonathan felt like looked all blushing. He's like, it's like, why would you say that? And so I made someone else embarrassed by calling them handsome. And also on top of that, I felt really bad for giving someone a compliment. So that was a fun day on the school bus. Luckily, everyone in my school is a fucking idiot, and they didn't remember jack shit like the next day. Like, I'll give you an example of that, but basically that's the summarization of that weird story. So there's these two kids, Silas and Cameron. They're pretty good buds, not anymore, but they were. And at one day, Cameron did something really bad to Silas, and Silas was like, I hate you, I'm never gonna talk to you again. Next day, they're fucking best friends. Literally doing that bullshit, like almost if it was a cartoon kind of bullshit, where it's like, they were like putting arm around each other. It's like, you're my best friend. They said that, and I was like, what? And I was so like angry, because that didn't make any sense logically. Look, I'm like, this is, again, in the same area, like 4th or 5th grade, maybe even 3rd grade, just like in that area of spectrum. Like, when I was a kid, I was an adult, because I did a lot of adult shit when I was a kid, and I was around, like, adults mostly. I was only around my parents. I never got to be around kids my age, so I never got to learn, like, oh, I'll just fuck around and play with blocks. It was more just like, yeah, by the way, can you actually paint the fucking house and you're 3 years old? And I'm like, sure, why not, Dad? So, you know, it's like, it's a bit weird. And, so when that happened, I was like, I actually went up to them, because I was a kid, and I didn't have any fucking, like, what is it, gall? Tack, I guess, I don't know, no filter, and I walked up to them like, what's wrong with you? And they're like, excuse me? It's like, well, they know. I say excuse me. This is another side tangent. I'd say excuse me. Instead of saying what, I say excuse me. So someone's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, excuse me? What'd you say? And they're like, then people are like, don't get angry at me. Like, oh, no, I mean, like, what did you say? I'm not trying to be angry. So people don't understand that, which is also weird. But, they were doing that, and I was like, what's wrong with you? And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, because the other day, you two were angry at each other, and you were, like, getting really mad at each other, and now you're, like, best friends again. They're like, I don't know what you mean. And that baffled me as a kid. I was blown away by that. And that still, to this day, confuses the dicks out of me, because it's like, what? Doesn't make any sense, you know? I mean, I don't know. I'm a kid. I'm a guy now. I'm an 18-year-old man. Like, what am I supposed to know? So, yeah. Shrug. But yeah. You know, I think I might just do Master Spy and other, like, one-off game series that... Not one-off, but, like, games that are just, like, single-player. Like, I might just do them and just do, like, mushroom talks, or whatever the fuck I'm gonna call it. Where I just talk about whatever the hell. Or what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking that day. Because, honestly, the only reason why I even did that today, and why I haven't been doing them is... Well, I haven't been doing them is because I had nothing to talk about. And today, I was just like, I am so pent up and full of emotion, I have no idea what the fuck to talk about. And also, I don't want to scream at people, because, I mean, I get pretty loud when it gets to, like, emotional stuff. And I just continually talk and talk and talk and talk. People are like, dude, breathe! Breathe! I'm like, no. I don't need breath, dude. Fucking breath's for wimps. I don't know. I'll talk about sleep another time or something. That just popped in my head. God damn. I don't even know how long I've been going. Fuck, this could be the episode right here. I need to be good at this game. I need to be good at games in general. I skipped that whole other part. That was like 10 minutes of me trying. And actually, it was really funny, because as soon as I turned off the recording, it's, 'cause I turned off the recording because I didn't want to have, like, 10 minutes or 20 minutes of me just, like, fucking up, and then it's just like, alright, back into it. And now, I don't know how much time I've actually been talking. It's just been me fucking up for, like, 20 minutes, and then it's talking for, like, 5, and it's just like, oh, that seems like a good amount, and then I edit it down, and it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, fuck, well, now I gotta go back into it. So I don't want to give you guys too short and too long. I mean, then again, if you like me talking, then I guess too long isn't a problem. As long as it's in the same spectrum of what the fuck I'm talking about, and as long as I'm in the same mindset. Because I'm talking about, like, dicks one day, you don't be talking about, like, apples the next, you know? Those are two different subjects. I don't know why I go to dicks a lot. Maybe it's because, like, the people that I hang out with are just, like, always about dicks. I don't normally have dicks on the brain. It's just I say dicks a lot, I guess. Freudian slip. Unconsciously think about dicks all the time. I don't know. Look, man, if you have an idea of why I'm talking about dicks, put in the comments. I don't know. I mean, I am into both genders and everyone. I'm a pan. I'm into bread. That's a little Spanish joke. Really funny. Okay, I'm cutting that out. That joke's never funny.